Hey guys, what's going on? I'm here with my man Figure Trey, aka Charles.
Yes, sir.
Y'all probably seen some stuff because I made videos of him when he was hooping at Our Lady of the Lake. I've also made some basketball content, for Figure Trey because he be training, with some of the coaches in town and stuff. But this episode is really gonna just be all about the man. So
Appreciate the opportunity once again, and just I appreciate all the stuff you've done to help me. You know what I'm saying? And in the past, so especially with basketball, you really put the exposure. I feel you gave me a lot of exposure, and I'm really grateful for it. Just want to let you know that ahead of time.
yeah, man, for sure. And like you said when we were talking earlier, you appreciate people that are on the hustle and on the grind. No matter what it is that they're doing. If they're working a regular day job, if they're trying to make their dreams come true, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I agree with you, man, 100%. That it doesn't matter. Sometimes we're in this world. People try to compare themselves to other people. Well, you
It's
get
an issue,
lost
yeah.
doing that.
It's an
But
issue.
like you said, man, I got a lot of respect for people that are just out there grinding and working towards their goal. And I noticed that in you,
I appreciate
which is,
that. That's what I
why I think it's cool for us to do a podcast now so that you can give people a chance to kind of learn more about what you got going on.
Yeah.
Your brand, Figure Trey, and just talk to us. So I guess for those that may not know exactly, who you are, or, maybe some of your basketball past, whatever,
Yeah.
just take a minute and introduce people. Just introduce yourself to the people.
All right. So once again, I want to say I appreciate the platform. Just being able to openly express myself, and maybe not in a inappropriate way or anything like that either. So yeah, Charles Johnson III. Grew up in North Dakota. I'm actually from the North Dakota area, Fargo, North Dakota, Minnesota Moorhead area ish. And that's kind of where I originated from. Military child, moved around, and then here I am in San Antonio. I've had the opportunity to play with a great team with Coach Kyle Smith at Warren. Great coach, great team.
Forgot about that. Didn't know that.
Yeah. My junior year, I came here my junior year. Moved to San Antonio my junior year, and I just got fortunate. Cause I knew Dimitri Peterson, who was one of my good friends, who was also on that team. He just gave me an opportunity to. He was like, "Hey, coach, you got a guy over here just moving in." Gave me an opportunity, and from there, went to St. Edward's University. Then I went to Concordia University of Texas, and then my last school I went to was Our Lady of the Lake University. Currently not in school right now, but next year we'll definitely finish my degree. I got about 4 more classes. So,
Hey, man, that's what's up. And, as far as so that's actually, I kind of knew some of that, but I didn't know all of it. I didn't know that you went to Warren.
yes, sir.
So that's pretty awesome. Right now
Not too many people know that.
is
If you know, you know.
is
Yeah.
playoff basketball,
Yeah.
and their Warren is in the playoffs.
Yes.
And I think I saw something. They only lost like one game in this year, like not the whole season, but since 2022 started,
Yeah.
so like over the past 3 months or
Not
whatever.
surprised, yeah.
And they're making a strong run. So you played for Coach Kyle Smith then?
Yeah, I played with Coach Smith. What a great coach, man. Like, but then at the time, I didn't even really like it. I didn't really like him as a person. 'Cause I was just young. I never understood him. He always be on our tail as players, but just now, like, just really grateful to be coached by someone like that because. I mean, at the end of the day, it's bigger than basketball. It's more like the habits, developing the habits of the future. He always gives us good advice. Like he's like a father figure to all of us. And man, I'm not even surprised that they won. They only lost 1 game this year. I mean, that's just the. I mean, it's a consistent. You see it happen every year. Well, Warren, no matter what pieces they have, they always find a way to win games, and they're always good every year. They're a very respectful school and coach team. Yeah.
Nice. And then St. Edward's University, which I know was a D2 program. You mentioned Concordia, which that's the one that I think Stan's the coach at. That's a
Stan Bonowitz, yes.
D3.
Yes.
So you played at the D3 level, the D2 level, and at the NAIA level at Our Lady of the Lake. So,
Yes, sir.
man, you probably have a lot of insight. I work with a lot of young hoopers that are trying to make it to the next level, and if you've actually gone through the experience of like seeing what it's like playing at a D2 university, being on the team, and actually going through that experience, and then going through the experience at a D3 level, and then going through the experience at the NAIA level, like that's a lot of knowledge, man.
It
and
is.
I might I might just have to get with you at sometime afterwards just to maybe see if there's a way that we can help educate some of the other hoopers out there just about the process, what it takes,
I'd love to do
because
that, yeah.
people always got their opinions on stuff, but you've actually done it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and even me, like, I watch a lot of basketball. Some people say that I'm an evaluator. Some people, I'm a video guy.
Yeah.
But and I love the game, but I never played.
But we always respect your opinion. I mean, this is you as a person. I mean, we always respect your opinion. You just going around. I mean, you always help the younger generation. Through a camera. You know what I mean? It's not really funny or anything, but like through a camera, you're really helping these kids get to the next level and helping their dreams. Because, I don't know. It wasn't really like that when I was my recruiting. You know what I'm saying? It was just kind of getting to that level, but it was never really on that. It was more just word to mouth and a lot of hype. So if you one of those kids who got hype, like, you're gonna have every scout in the tournaments like a gasso. But if you just work in silence, I mean, you're gonna eventually play one of those against those type of people. You're gonna have all the coaches there watching. So just wanted to say that, like, man,
Thanks,
you really
man.
be helping a lot of people. Yeah.
Appreciate that.
For sure. So.
All right, well, I guess that's kind of good background on the basketball and everything, but talk to us about, like, what you're real passionate about right now. I see that you are getting involved with the music industry and you're taking that serious, and I think you didn't start doing that stuff that long ago, but I've heard some of your tracks. They sound good. I see you, like, making music videos and stuff, and those look good, and so I guess talk to us a little bit about I don't know if music is like your thing right now, but talk to us about, like, what your passion project kind of is right now.
Man, my passion right now is really definitely music. It's always been music, really. I've really only started doing music probably like 4 or 5 months ago, like, officially. But I mean, like, my father is he was the type of guy to always play music throughout the house. I don't think I've ever heard silence in our house. Like, I mean, speakers everywhere, surround sound, always playing John Coltrane, he playing different stuff, hieroglyphics, he playing all this different kind of music. J. Cole, when J. Cole was coming up, that's why he's, like, probably one of my favorite artists. Charles Hamilton, not too many people know about him, but yeah, I'm, like, just always been involved around music, so I think I just started really now taking it seriously, because while I was doing basketball and stuff, I was just kind of scared to express myself, because it was kind of a bad look, if you're on the team, it's a lot of exposure, it's a lot of programs kind of see that as being an embarrassment, because it's like, oh, we got this guy kind of being out of line, kind of being a little bit more above and beyond than the rest, and he's gonna bring a lot of attention, whether it's negative or good. The kind of thing teaches that. So yeah, I'd say that music is number one right now, and that's what I'm really doing, just working hard doing that.
That's very interesting that you say that, because I'm sure there's a lot of athletes that have things that they're passionate about, like music, like you said. But that's actually a very good point that you made, that sometimes as a college athlete, that you got eyes on you, and the programs, they probably want to support you, but they also know that it's like, if you're a basketball player and they see you doing music, it's like, is this guy trying to more passionate about his music? Is he more passionate about basketball? So I guess that's good that you kind of respected the sport and just kind of waited on doing other things
it's
until
more like a stereotype. And if every school I've been to, we always had a stereotype as basketball players have to do this a certain way, or traditionally they do this thing, they do this a certain way, or they act this way. You know what I'm saying? I kind of just want to just break that stereotype, and I feel like a real big influence. Not saying I'm not gonna lie and say I really listened to too much of his music, but when I went to St. S, they had this guy. His name was Dax. He played at Newman University, and Dax is it plaques, he's an artist, millions and millions of views. And at the time when I was going to school, because the guys played against him, I was redshirt in that year, but I was always around the guys, and they used to watch his videos and stuff. Like, he used to make music videos or songs about, like, his team. And look, he used to make music videos about his team and the basketball team, and the guys on my team would kind of laugh at him. But once school stopped, I think he went full force with it, and now he's a credible artist, like a top one that's like not one of the top selling artists, but a very credible artist. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel like that really inspired me to do that as well.
Just out of curiosity, because I'm sure a lot of people are curious, like, with music, it seems like it's almost like a long shot. Like, even with basketball, as far as, and I'm talking about as far as, like, the finance side of it, like getting signed to a label or making money with music. So what's kind of like your game plan, or are you not really concerned about that right now, or?
my thing is like I'm a firm believer that hard work gonna always show itself off. Whether that's playing basketball and maybe not being the most top recruited player, but knowing that you work harder than everybody else and eventually gonna get the spotlight. Same thing with music. Right now, I'm really just working on how I'm gonna strategize. Like I have a sketchbook where $1 million ideas. I feel like they're going to potentially $1 million ideas. Every day I try to create something. And yeah, I just kind of gonna follow the plan of what I wrote down, which is right now it's I don't want to give too much away, but merch. I've always wanted to do clothing. Like I'm love fashion. So
And if you have any like links to that stuff, or I'll put that in the description for this podcast. Like I'll put your IG handle. But that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. Is like you got to be an entrepreneur, right? Like you're waiting to get signed maybe to a label or whatever. Maybe you're trying to do the independent route. I don't know much about it, but you got to think outside the box. You like you said, maybe with some merch, maybe you can line up a show or something, or maybe you can get some type of club or bar to pay you to come in.
That's another thing. Like I'm not waiting on nobody, and then like I kind of feel like that's a process. That's kind of process I have. Like the mindset I've started having recently. Like I'm not waiting on nobody to do anything for me. You know what I'm saying? Like like that's just having the hustler mentality. Like I'm gonna go get it regardless. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna keep doing the music, I'm gonna keep working hard at it. Cause I mean, I literally wake up and do something music related every day. Whether it's go to the studio, whether it's shoot a music video, whether it's go connect, network with people. But mainly, like I said, like merch. Yeah, I really want to start getting that because I've been planning on that for like a couple of years. It's just I've done the research. You know what I'm saying? Like the YouTube videos and credible people who've done it. Just kind of, I think it's just my time now. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like back then I wasn't really too confident to do any of that stuff. So I think it's my time now, and I feel like I'm like sky's the limit, really. Because now it's kind of more of a like I know I can do this stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's just the main focus right now. Is not even just the music, but being an entrepreneur and just trying to find ways to get my creative ideas out to other people.
That's what's up, man. It kind of threw me off. I don't know what the hell happened.
But, yeah, it kind of threw me off a little bit too. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But yeah, and I guess as far as like the merch goes and stuff, or anything, it's all about like getting that community support, right? Because, and I think that merch is a great way for people to get cool gear, but also support a cause. You know, whether it's an artist like yourself or you know, any brand, it's just getting the people behind you. And that's definitely a way that you can, you know, help support whatever your dreams is. So,
I agree.
That sounds good, man. Well, so I guess as far as on the music production side of things, what is a typical, like, well, I guess first off, what platforms are you on right now for that people can go and like subscribe to your music and listen to you streams and stuff like that?
Well, right now I'm on Apple, Spotify, and I do have a SoundCloud page, which is I really only use SoundCloud because it just gives me more music. You know, it's not always it gives me the professional music. Like if I want to go listen to some like some Marvin Gaye or something, you know what I'm saying? I can pay for that and go listen to that, but I can also listen to a bunch of underground stuff. But SoundCloud, I don't have too many songs downloaded on there. And YouTube is, I just dropped a music video, and it was my first music video. It was really, I felt like it was a masterpiece. But at the same time, I always look at it every day and just think it could be better. So that's why I'm kind of just YouTube. I try to drop a lot of reels on Instagram too, like videos, put my content out that way, and TikTok as well. I don't have my music on the TikTok distribution side of things, you know what I'm saying, where somebody can look up my music, look up a song and put it on like their TikTok, but I have a TikTok. I'm in the process of doing that. That's another thing. I really just want to. My main goal is really just to get like a distribution deal where I don't have to worry about uploading it on a lower platform. I could get the deal and it could be everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And I could get you know what I'm saying? It's not really about the money, all about the money, but I could get a good check from doing that. So
and I don't think there's nothing wrong with it being about the money.
Yeah,
because like that's why we do things is so that it's not about like greed or like you know trying to be rich, but you want to be able to like live doing what it is that you like to do, and in order to do that, things take money. It takes money to put gas in a car. It takes money to get anything out of the gas station. So there's nothing wrong with doing it to make
No,
a
you're
bag.
right. You're right about that. And I was thinking that too. Like, but there's a really interesting story, a real short story. When a guy who I grew up with, I ain't gonna drop names. But one of my good friends' brothers, who is also an artist. Shout out to Big Foolie. This man went to the military, got one of the hardest jobs you can, working on submarines. Retired in 4, 5, 6 years. Then worked at NASA with people who 40 to 60-year-olds who worked their whole life, when the moon landing and stuff was happening, worked their whole life. And I was talking on the phone with him for like 3 hours, and he was telling me that like, yeah, it's cool. Like he's getting paid, 6 figures or so. He's getting paid good, and he quit. You know what I'm saying? Because he wanted to do the music seriously, and it kind of just showed me that like, man, this man making 6 figures. Like even my mom, when he was in the military, was saying like, man, this CJ need to go to the military because he's making all this money, blah 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 blah. He's doing good for himself, but then you really see at the end of the day, the grass ain't always greener on the other side when it comes to the money stuff. Because I mean, you hear artists all the time have all this money. They have money to do whatever they want, and then they're still not happy. Artists like RP the Juice World, you know what I'm saying, who had a lot of money, a lot of fans, but unfortunately, passed away due to his depression and anxiety, stuff like that. The money come and goes. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I respect your opinion too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, man. I mean, that you're right. It's all about happiness. I think, especially in today's world, there's all these talks about mental health and stuff, which,
big.
That seems like something that everybody talks about, whether it's athletes, whether it's artists, whether it's anybody, you know. So finding that balance in life, and I think sometimes the social media stuff makes things hard for people because you jump on IG or anything, and then you see these people, you start comparing yourself to others, and then it's like, but what really makes you happy? If grinding makes you happy, like me, working and grinding is like what makes me happy right now. Now, I'm not saying I have the most balanced, life or whatever, but that's what I like to do. But some people want to have like just have a good balance of work, family.
That's what gets you up in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing kind of with me. I think what really gets me up in the morning now, and that brings back to like the point with like social media stuff. I deleted my Instagram like a year ago because I was, when COVID and stuff was starting, I was literally on my phone like 23 hours a day, something crazy like that, while just watching people. And so I deleted it, took a little break, and then when I started doing music, or even when I was playing basketball, I kind of realized like I have to use social media. Social media can't use me. You know what I'm saying? I had to limit what I'm doing, what I'm watching, how many times I'm scrolling, and I really just use social media now to post content. Like if it wasn't so lucrative to the music industry and all this other stuff, I wouldn't even have social media and like stuff like that. And that's why like my phone is broken like right now. But like, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad that my phone's kind of broken because it kind of just limits me from always checking up on the next person. I have to focus on my own life. So that brings an interesting point to that. But
on that same note, you also realize that social media, if used the right way, that's the only way you're gonna get your message out.
Facts.
So,
Facts.
And it could be a great thing if you use it in the right way.
It's deceiving. It's really like, I'm not saying everything's fake, but there'd be some scenarios where like people compare themselves, like we were talking about earlier. People want to compare themselves, and it's just when you realize that social media is an illusion, not all of it, but some of it is an illusion. Then you start to look at it a different way, and then that's when I feel like you could go about, hey, like I'm not always gonna be on my phone all the time because I know I'm not ignorant to this being not all the way true. You know what I mean?
And not only that, but the time that sometimes you spend wishing about stuff, you could actually be using that same energy and time to be doing some stuff.
Facts, yeah. 100%.
So that's cool, man. So I guess what else you want to talk about? Like we talked about the basketball, we talked about the music and social media, but right now we have this time and we can do this again multiple times, but like what do you want to talk about, man? Promote yourself.
Really, like this, I'm not saying your channel is just test your channel's very versatile, but I also want to talk about like more basketball. Like really, I just really want to talk about like ways to help the younger generation be able to come up in the most best way that fits for themselves, such as like recruiting. You know what I mean? Like I feel like recruiting is such a big thing. I feel like sometimes when coaches recruit players, you know, they kind of I'm not saying they. I say when they recruit players, like they just kind of tell them what they want to hear at that point. You know what I'm saying? I feel like not all coaches are like that, but some coaches just tell them what they want to hear. And then when the kid gets to that school and they maybe not performing at their best level and maybe going through life, you know what I'm saying? Because we all have a life outside of basketball. When things are going to a way, they just kind of throw them to the side and just, you know what I'm saying, kind of look down upon them if they're not performing their best. I'm kind of really a firm believer, like if you're just out there want to go to the best school and the best fit for you, you have to understand that like you have to make that decision based off the people around you, the players, not always the coaches, but the players over there when you go on your visits and things like that. Because I feel like a lot of kids kind of get trapped into a situation where, you know, it's like you're going to school to play basketball, but then it's kind of like when basketball doesn't work out, they have, you know, it's like, okay, I'm stuck at this school because I have to get my degree. You know what I'm saying? If that's the route you want to take if you want to graduate. And I just kind of feel like the system's kind of flawed in a sense. I just want younger players to grow up, just know, like, ways to move around that to get to it.
So what do you mean? Like, you've played at 3 different places, and I kind of like what you said about sometimes a coach will tell you whatever they want to tell you to recruit you, but then when you get there, it could be a different story. So, like, I guess talking to some of those players that might be talking to some coaches right now, you know, and I'm thinking about, like, maybe a player that maybe there's a coach talking to them, trying to recruit them and getting them to move out of state. Like, it wouldn't be a good situation for you to move out of state, go to a school, and then when you get there, you know, you find out it's not what you want.
It happens all the time. It happens more than you think it happens. And that's how schools, these NIA schools and these JUCO schools end up getting their players, because you guys think about how many players play at JUCO or NIA level. It's always a situation that happens to move them down to that level. Not always, because, I mean, obviously, you know, they could get recruited that way, but I feel like that's why NIA is one of the best. And not to be ignorant to all the other divisions, there's hoopers everywhere, but NAIA is one of the best. Like, I feel like, because they have some of the most underrated players. You know, people think of NAIA and they think, hey, NAIA school is not Division I. You know, it's not Division I, but at the same time, like, you play against some people there who have a story. You know what I'm saying? Have a story and could play damn near with the people at the Division I level, are future overseas pros, G League players, NBA players now, because I feel like the NBA is kind of opening it up a little bit more to not just all D1 players, but players all over the world. If you could play, you could play. You know what I mean? So, and
I've seen some NAIA games, man, and they're intense. You know, and I've seen you hoop, and I know you can go, and you can still hoop right now. Can you?
Yeah. So funny story. I was at Arkansas with one of my best friends, and, you know, obviously, you know, Stanley, he played on the team and whatnot, and I wasn't really hooping, you know what I'm saying, because I was just more observing him and just admiring his work, that the guys over there that they do, you know what I'm saying. So I finally went to the gym with one of them late night, because they're always in the gym. Like, after practice, they may chill for a little bit, and then they're right back to the gym getting shots up with their Ty, which is one of their coaches. So I went in there. I still hoop. I can still hoop. I can tell you that, but kind of overdid it a little bit. Went up for a dunk. I dunked it, came down. My ankle just didn't pop or nothing. So I still laced my shoes up and went through the whole workout. Yeah, I regret it because it really messed up my ankle. So today, I ain't tell you this, man. Today, I haven't hooped since then, so today I'll go to LA Fitness with one of my good friends, CK from Our Lady Lake. He used to hoop over there, and he's really been one of my good friends ever since. Asked me to go hoop at LA Fitness. We go hoop, and, you know, me and CK are on the opposite team, and I know CK can play. He's real good, you know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not guarding him because of, you know, my ankle. So, long story short, CK ends up making every shot on some dude on my team. Damn near skunks us. We're playing 21. He said it was 7-0. So I try to get a little serious and do the exact same thing to my ankle. The exact same thing. Like, I don't know. I'm real just cautious I can still hoop. I'm real just cautious. I know I can still hoop. I'm just gonna give it time to recover. Cause I mean, right now it's not like I'm in season or anything like that. So give it time, and I'll be in the lab again. So
That's good, man. Well, like I said, man, I seen you hoop, and how tall are you? Like 6'7", something like that. 6'6",
I
6'7"?
can't tell you, man. I be getting 6'4". I'm really 6'4.5", but you know we gotta add some inches. You know, get around some people who say they about 6'7", then you right there with them. You're like, okay, I'm 6'7", so I'm 6'4.5". Yeah.
All right. Well, you tall. I think you're taller than 6'4.5".
Yeah, but
'Cause
yeah.
I've been in the gym with you and stuff, so I thought you look at least like 6'6" or something, 6'5", 6'6" on the court,
Yeah.
and you can throw it down. So
It's because Coach Smith, man, he had me doing the chair post moves. I was never a big man, but he got me right. Yeah, probably play bigger than what I am. So I feel like maybe that's a good explanation for that. Yeah.
nice. Well, who knows what can come up in the future? You know, you got college experience.
Yeah.
You know, all it takes is one good workout.
I got
with
something in the works.
A team or something, and who knows, you might be able to have
Yeah.
a career, you know, to make some money playing basketball, and that can just help support whatever other dreams you have going on.
No, you're right, and that's how I'm looking at it. I had a good conversation with a credible coach that we both know, and he was just telling me he feels like if I want to do something to the best of my ability, I need to stick to one thing. But there's options on the table for hooping. As far as right now, I'm just in the process of getting my passport, and that'll take care of itself. And I'll still be working on my music and stuff. But, you know, I never really realized how easy it was. Not easy because nothing's easy, but I never realized how easier than I thought it was to go overseas. You know, because I'm a guy who's been in 3 different schools, don't really have any film. I played development team my 6th year as a senior, and it really hurt me. It really hurt me because I really thought, you know what I'm saying, I knew I was good. I knew I worked those guys, but now I really know, like, if you could hoop and you work hard, and all it takes is the right people seeing you to do that. So I have some options on the table as far as right now, but like I said, main focus right now is you know, my music and trying to be an entrepreneur and just set my brand up so when I have the opportunity to go make some money, I could come back and know what I want to invest in, whether it's my merchandise, whether it's my music, whether it's whatever. I have it all planned out, so yeah, we'll see in the future.
That's good, man. And also, good job on having, you know, your goals and stuff written out.
Appreciate
Because
it.
I think that's kind of the first step. A lot of people, you know, it's like, I guess a perfect example of right now with some high school players, you know, that I work with and that I know is like there's so many high school hoopers that tell me that they want to play college ball.
Yeah.
But then like they get to their senior year and I'm like, can you give me a list of like 10 schools? And they haven't even written down. They
I
don't
wasn't
have written
even like
down
that.
those schools or nothing.
I was never like that till maybe last year, because I was always a person who was like, I'll live in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's like, people, my mom, you know what I'm saying? My stepdad, they'd be like, write down 3 goals, long-term, short-term goals, and I always just blow it off. But then when I started realizing like manifestation and the things that if you really want something to happen and you work hard for it, it's going to manifest itself. If you think about it, you dream about it, all that type of stuff. I'm a firm believer in that. And I just kind of feel like, yeah, man, like at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know, anything worth having is going to take some work to make it happen. And you got to write your goals down.
Yeah,
you got
I
to
know that now.
stay focused on that. So that's good, man. That's the first step.
Yeah, I wish I would have listened and did that when I was in high school, maybe even middle school, because I felt like more of my dreams probably would have manifested itself if I would have solid physically down every day, or if I would have opened it, wrote it down somewhere solid every day. I would have been more focused on my goals throughout the day. So yeah.
Well, hey, man, there's still plenty of time, man.
Yeah.
You know. Well,
What's
cool, man. That's what's up. So, what else you got for the people?
Man, go check out my boy Stanley Amude, man. He over there tearing it up, man. But through hard work, man. Like I say, he one of the hardest. I always say this, and people gonna be like, "Oh, he D-Ryan, whatever." But nah, man, I've witnessed the hard work this man put in, because I was right there with him doing all the workouts in the summer. You know, he's the most craziest dude I know who could wake me up at 6 o'clock in the morning talking about let's go to the track, let's run the hill. He'll have a whole workout plan, and that's just the person he is. So at the end of the day, when you see stuff like this manifest itself, it's really no surprise, man. So go check him out, man, just because he a good dude, and he a very humble dude, and you know he not one of those cocky people who know they can hoop, and he work hard to the point where like he know he can hoop, but he's never content with what he does. You know what I mean? Like I feel like those are the people who are the great ones, the ones who don't get content with oh, I could hoop, so it's whatever. I'm not gonna work on my game. It's more the people who are always in the gym. Kobe, no, Paul Pierce, my favorite player. Yeah, so
Yeah, for sure. And for those that don't know who he's talking about Stanley Umude, who we're watching kind of the replay from the other night where they ended up beating LSU. But Stanley had a great game, man, and had some dunks and some putbacks.
all of the guys out there did, man. Shout out to Kamani, shout out to JD, Chris, Jax, all them guys, man. You know, yeah.
Yeah, and I be seeing you like out there and stuff too. So that's cool
Yeah,
that you know those guys and stuff. So that's cool, man.
Yeah, I got to actually know the people who they are, the real people who they are, you know what I'm saying? Because when you think of people like, for example, like Chris Likes, who, you know, has a name, you know, everybody knows Chris Likes through basketball, Ball is Life, Who's Mixtape. When you see those people in real life, you know, you really get to know the people who they are. And that's what really makes them those cool people, because they're all real, genuine people, you know what I'm saying? I never got a bad vibe once from them. And they could be something completely different than what you thought they were, you know what I'm saying? You could be like, oh, you may think this man's like hard-headed, talks a lot. Complete opposite, you know, it could be the complete opposite. And that's why I really like, it's just beautiful seeing stuff like this, because like I got to be there for a couple games and got to hang around the guys, and it's just, they're real genuine people who work hard, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like the House of Righteousness gonna win, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully national championship, but we'll see in the future, you know.
Nice. There goes Stanley out there right now.
Yeah, just playing hard, man. Look,
Number 0.
playing hard. Hell yeah.
Cool. Well, hey, man, you know, this was a good conversation. And like I said, we'll do this again because I know you got a lot of knowledge that you can share with the young hoopers. And you got some real life stories that you can share with them that ain't going to be sugar-coated.
Yeah.
You know.
Facts.
And then also, I just want to say, you know, keep grinding on your music. I'm going to see a way that maybe how I can help get involved and maybe help you promote yourself.
Yeah, let me know something. Always open to work, man. Always open to work. One thing about me, like I'm always open to work, especially since you've always helped me, man. You know, you always help me, and I would love to just work, man. Just work, and I feel like come up with something beautiful. Yeah, at the end of the day.
Well, we'll do that. After this session, we're gonna hit the photography studio. For sure. I said I'd take a couple pictures for you, so y'all gonna see how we're gonna start doing some stuff with the photography, videos. But really, man, it's just about, you know, there's a lot of talent in San Antonio,
hidden,
and I think that when the right people team up, you know, and use their platforms in the right way, that we can all make things better. You know, for everybody. And also, with that being said, you can't bring everybody along for the ride because not everybody has the same type of passion and drive, and they're not as serious. Like some people might
only surround yourself with those type of people. That's what I try to do more recently, and I've started to see, like, I ain't hang around with the bad people, you know, who are always lazy. I try to only surround myself with people who gonna make me a better person at the end of the day, whether it's working hard on my music, just overall being a better person. I agree with that 100%. I wish somebody would tell me. People tell you that all the time, but when you actually listen to it, it's kind of,
that time will come where we'll be able to just, like, chill and kick back and not really have to worry about trying to hustle as much.
Yeah, real life, though. When real life hits you, reality, as they say, hits you, then you start to see the, you know what I'm saying, the real, the you start to see life for what it is, and sometimes it can be hard. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if you one of those people who can always get through adversity, you're always going to come through at the other side. No matter, it don't have a time when you can overcome it. You know what I'm saying? Some people think, I got into this trouble. It might take a year, 2 years to get over it, but you're going to get through on the other side if you a hustler. Yeah.
Cool. Well, kind of wrapping up this episode, let's end on a note of on a music note. Yeah. What is there a current, like, do you have what's your next track that's coming out, or are you currently working on a song? Like, let's end on that note of on the music side of things. What's the most recent thing or the next thing that you're about to drop or promote that you want people to go and check out, and most importantly, support? I think, and before I say this, while it's on my mind, y'all, we need to get in a better way of showing love on social media.
Facts.
Like, it doesn't cost you anything to like a photo or like a video, but that does a lot for the creators. It just lets them know that you see that information, and that you like them. Because believe it or not, like when you like stuff and when you don't like stuff, sometimes the creators can tell like who really fucks with them and who doesn't.
Yes.
You know,
And bro, it could be as simple as just if you just, because we all sometimes just scroll and we don't really pay attention to stuff, but it could be something as just liking it, seeing the person's name and liking it and going back to it later. It's just so. But I feel like a lot of people don't want to do that because they don't want the world to know that they're supporting you. And I kind of been more. I try to be on social media more like supportive of other people. Just recently, like I've kind of been more aware of it like a week ago because I know how it feels. You know what I'm saying? I know how it feels, and I want people to offer the support if I really like you, if I really think you're a good person. I want everybody to feel the love. So good. I'm so glad you said that, man. I'm so glad you said that. I would have missed that one for sure.
all right, and I kind of cut you off there. So
Right.
now, with that being said, talk to us about maybe what your next drop is, what you're working on, or what you want people to go and check out.
So right now, I just dropped a tape, my second tape. I wouldn't even say it's an album right now. At this point, I dropped the first one at New Year's, the December 31st. It's called Schmeat, no homo, no homo, you know what I'm saying? But it stands for Silent Move Eats, and that's the brand, you know, like Schmeat, like SH, like moves, eat. That's the brand I'm trying to work on. That's the clothing I'm trying to work on and stuff like that. So I dropped that, my first project. And it was cool. It got a little bit of buzz among the people that I really like, you know what I'm saying, amongst the people I really, my group of people. But I just dropped the second one like a couple of days ago. It's called On the Bench. And yeah, I feel like that one's it's just stepping stones. I feel like the first one was what it was supposed to be. The second one is what it's gonna be. What it's gonna be. What it's gonna be. Which I feel like I'm getting a lot of like support from it.
And this, what is a mixtape?
Yeah, it's like a mixtape right now. It's on Apple and Spotify and YouTube. Like if you listen to music that way, but at the moment it's just a mixtape because I want to, like I said before, my first project, like my first, I guess, debut album, which I already have kind of already planned out. I want to get a distribution deal, at least something, you know what I'm saying, like, or I ain't gonna say I want to, but I'm a hustle to get a distribution deal so that way I could, my music could be official. You know what I mean? It could be officially cleared. It could be officially mixed, mastered, things like that. And also I could, you know, feed my family with the money that's coming in. You know what I mean? Because that's a huge thing. Like I do it for the money. I do it for like because I want to be one of those people who give back to the people who gave.
Exactly. It's not necessarily that you do it for the money. It's so that you can do it so that you can do it. So what you can do with the money.
I agree with that.
You
Yeah,
know?
hey, that's why I understand what I was understanding what you said, but I totally understand what you said a little bit better now.
And are you on Amazon Music?
Nah, I'm not yet. I say once I get a distribution deal, I can put it on all the different other platforms. You know what I'm saying? Not so much of the mainstream and stuff like that.
Because I don't know how all that streaming stuff works, but like me, like I use Amazon Prime, right?
Yeah.
So that's how I stream my music is on Amazon. And I've seen people that aren't like huge artists, like, but I've seen them on Amazon Prime. I don't know how all that stuff works. I don't know if you can just like sign up with a service and they put you on Amazon. But I think that if you do get on Amazon Prime, you could probably open up your viewer or your listening ship to a little bit more. But
I guess I would say this, and I wasn't really going to even say this, but I shout out United Masters. Sorry. It's like an app it's an app that they made that artists could put their music out on these platforms, but it's like, and they also have DistroKid, like different ones that are cheaper, but the one I just did the free one, you know what I'm saying? So it takes, you still make a little bit of money if you're making a lot of streams, and they allow you to just put your platform on there. Like I really have like 4 different tapes or whatever they can be in United Masters that I've done before, especially with this project. I put it on United Masters, loaded up all the tracks, played with the cover art, played with the title, played with all the song names, and I mean, both of the songs I dropped were on United Masters. So, I mean, when you actually buy it, you could go to all the platforms like Amazon Prime or like Tidal or like TikTok. But at the moment, I just wanted my music to just get out. You know what I'm saying? SoundCloud wasn't really forever. Like, I mean, I ain't gonna say that, but it's more of like, I want my music to be on Apple, Spotify, where people can actually listen. And right now, it's just like, I'm damn near doing it for free. put my music out for free right now. So when I get distribution, my music won't be free. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna be getting a check for my music. So it's just more putting my name out really.
And like I'm just kind of thinking kind of old school. Like I know that people don't really use CDs, like CD players these days, but I'm thinking like it would be cool for you, like your latest mixtape or whatever, like print up some CDs and maybe sell them for $5.
A vinyl?
A vinyl, or I would say a CD because I could at least play that at my car or something, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
But even though like, but you could sell those for like $5, and the next time you go to like a basketball event or something, if somebody is if they want to support you,
they're gonna
at least they can give you $5 or something, and you can at least give them a CD. That's the
hard part. Like people are gonna act like they're gonna support you, but then when you actually have the physical, you know what I'm saying, want to make the CDs and everything, you know, when it comes down to the spare $5 or whatever the case may be, they ain't gonna do it. But I mean, the ones that really support you. But that's why I started saying, when I started doing more music and stopped doing the basketball stuff, I really started to realize like the real love. You know what I mean? Because like basketball, you know, everybody want to be associated with a basketball player. As you know, as funny as it may sound, but I started seeing more love when I started switching lanes and people really like supported me because they like what I do. You know what I mean? And maybe the person I am. And that's what I hope people do.
Yeah, and just to keep it 100 with you. I heard a couple of your tracks, dog, and I was like, damn, they actually sound kind of good.
Appreciate it, man.
You know,
Yeah.
I know that with music these days, everybody has their own preference, and you know, music has changed a lot from
My
like the
mom said
old school,
something,
like Tupac, Biggie days, and Dr. Dre 2001 days. Nowadays, the music is a lot different.
I'm
but
hip on all of that though too as well. I'm hip on all of the hip hop. Really, like I said, my dad and my mom said the same thing. Like she was just like. She was just shocked because she said it sounded good, but she said like she don't listen to that type of music. You know what I mean? My mom's more like the old school, like Luther, and like, that stuff. Bruno Mars, which I think is one of the. I was gonna say this, and this might be random, but I feel like the only person who could go hit the hit with Drake are three people maybe. I feel like Kanye would definitely be Drake in a hit the hit battle for sure.
Yeah, I like Kanye
because I feel like when you think of a song like Stronger, like a Flashing Lights, like we gonna put it with, you know what I'm saying, like God's Plan. Okay, that's one, but he's one. Michael Jackson, and who's the last person I was talking about? Bruno Mars. Yeah. Man, I lived in Hawaii, so people in Bruno, like I never realized how big of an artist Bruno was till I lived in Hawaii. Literally everybody loves Bruno Mars.
Yeah, he's talented
as hell.
But I guess real quick, going back on people's music preference and stuff, like perfect example, you don't have to necessarily, I think as a consumer of music, for instance, like I'm gonna just throw it out there, like Kodak Black, like his music is different, right?
Yeah.
But like on his latest album, there's like 2 or 3 tracks that like I really like, you know, I think they sound tight and I listen to it, but some of his other music is just kind of like I can't really vibe with it that much. But
yeah,
all it takes is a couple of good tracks.
Facts.
And really, all it takes is one song to go platinum or diamond, and then you set, you know, and they're
longevity though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I know you don't want to be a one-hit wonder, but I'm saying that like it could take one. You don't have to make like a tape of 15 fire tracks.
Nah,
we want that, but it comes with time, and I think that's just kind of also how the music industry is changing because a lot of these albums that do be dropping, like. I mean, some of them have fire, all of them, but there's only like a few good tracks on some of them. But that's just kind of how it is. And I think as a consumer, like, we're used to that.
You know, it's funny as you say that. Like, Kodak Black's a perfect example. Like, I feel like his music sometimes is because everything he say, I feel like it's so real, it's so genuine, such a part of Kodak Black. It's so personal to him that, like, if you find one song that you like, it's because you can relate to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, or maybe you might just like the beat. But, like, I think this is such a good example. Like Kodak Black, like I don't know, it's really hit or miss with Kodak Black. For me, he's one good artist, but his music lives on forever. So it's to the point where like you may not like these songs right now, but maybe one day you're gonna go back and listen to the album and you're gonna hear it for the second, third time. You're gonna be like, man, I slept on this. And that's what like one of my favorite artists, Lil Durk. I feel like most of his songs were always like that for me because I've always slept on all his music. But once I started listening to his music, I started realizing like I can relate to damn near not everything Lil Durk say. You know, I'm not from Chicago, and I ain't know You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But it can relate to me in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So that's why I like Lil Durk the most. But that's a good example though, like Kodak Black. You know what I'm saying? Like some songs may hit or miss, but at the end of the day, I feel like maybe you gotta go listen to them. Maybe you gotta go sit there and really listen to the whole song and just be like, at the end of the song, be like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Or you may be like, yeah, okay, this was going. You know what I'm saying? And keep it in rotation.
Yeah. So let's talk about beats for a second. So like you're you know, you be producing these tracks. Do you make your own beats or do you work with beat producers? And the reason why I'm asking is because I think there's a way that I can maybe connect some of these dots. Like for example, I want to give a shout out to hooper that I know. He used to hoop. His name's Jordan. He goes Made for Purity.
You know, so weird. You know, actually, hey, I want to say this.
He's a badass.
Yeah, he's from Hawaii.
Producer.
He used to play at Johnson.
I know he played here in town.
Yeah,
and then,
at Johnson High School, right?
Yeah, he's a local.
Yeah, you know it's crazy that I actually know him from Hawaii. Like I never connected out with him, but I know him from Hawaii. We used to go to the same high school and stuff like that. And I kind of took note that he was making the beats for your channel, for your basketball content.
Beats for my basketball videos.
Yeah, I take note to that, and I just want to say, like, if Jordan, if you remember me, man, let's link it up, man.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, so for example, like, you know, Made for Purity. If you see this, and also you guys watching this, go check out and support Made for Purity. Check out Figure Trey. I'm gonna link all this stuff in the description so you can go follow these guys. But that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. Like me, like I know people that can make beats. I know people like you that can rap. You know, I also know about marketing and advertising. So like, how can we bring everybody together so that everybody benefits? Because I know, like right now, Jordan with his music, he be selling his beats like online now. And so everybody wants to you know, eat at the end of the day. Yeah. And they don't want to always do things for free.
It's not about that at the same time. Like I really only want to work with people who are genuine about it, and that's why I'm saying like that's where I'm like a figure Trey is. I want to be more of a figure, like people who can bring people together. Like the people who I'm working with right now, like for example, like Lil Brady, Drew Bravo, FYG, which is my dog, Tariq. All these people that you hear on my songs and like these features and stuff, you know, they were never really, besides FYG and Drew Bravo and Lil Brady and stuff like that, they were never really like prior artists, or they never really like worked on a whole project type of stuff. Like Drew Bravo, you know, sorry, but they never worked on a real project. So I'm bringing those type of people together so we could. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring San Antonio together for real. I mean, I don't know if people out there could vouch for me, but I mean, I'm in people's DMs every day, like literally every day. Like right now after this, what time is it? 6:14. I'm about to go to the studio session at 9 o'clock that I got invited to today, which is one of my homeboys. Shout out to D'Anthony, who I went to high school with at Warren. He told me that he was doing music and he was like, stop by the studio. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not no CEO or nothing like that, but like, I love doing that just at the least I could do, just giving my advice.
And I appreciate that. And that's why it's important to build a team, because me, like, I'm a businessman.
And right? I love what you do, and we've already talked about this.
And I see your talents, and I see, like, the beat producers and you making music. So, like, I don't want that to go to waste. And I know it's not all about the money, right? I know that. We don't
but we
said
need
it's not
it.
that.
We need it. I got to break bread with the genuine ones, so I want to break bread with the genuine people who, like I said, who help me out. So, yeah.
And what I would like to maybe help with is, like, you guys are music creatives. I want to maybe be able to take some of my business knowledge, marketing knowledge, advertising knowledge, and then find a way to help you guys monetize your work in a way that benefits the consumer. The only way you can monetize something is you have to have a good product.
Facts.
So you have to make good music. You have to make something that people are going to want to actually buy. That's the only way you can monetize it. But sometimes if you need help on the production side, like, you know, making a website for it or coming up with a way that people can actually go and buy it. Like, I know how to do all that stuff. So maybe there's a way that, you know, I can help you guys monetize your work, and then, you know, just kind of go from there, and then just kind of build a team. And, you know, I think that's the type of stuff that I'm a fan of, and that's the type of stuff that I like to do. So
I would love to.
We can talk about that a little bit later on and explore that as things kind of go on. But if you make beats, if you're a beat producer, holler at my guy Figure Trey on IG. Holler at me. I'll connect y'all.
Hey, shout out to I want to shout out to Drew Bravo.
Yeah, let's end on this.
Yeah,
I want you to
sure.
end giving your shout outs.
Okay,
Like, we're
for
going to
sure,
go
for
ahead and conclude. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, for sure.
I appreciate that.
My God, I appreciate the
We'll do
opportunity.
it again.
Man, for sure.
And in closing, I want you to just give a shout out to anybody that's been helping you with your music, helping you with your dreams and your goals. And once you're done giving your shout outs, we're going to end the podcast. So this is all you, man. Give your shout outs.
All right, it's not gonna be too long, but I want to shout out my mom. First I want to shout out God. I want to shout out my mom. I want to shout out my dad, who's been really supportive of just this whole journey. I want to shout out to I want to shout out to Drew Bravo. I want to shout out to Lil Brady, my boy Oscar. Shout out to FYG, because I'm with FYG, which is we're Fly Young Gentlemen. And he's really inspired me to start rapping as well, because he's been an artist and he's the type of person to make like 10 beats in one day. And he works his ass off. Him, shout out to my homeboy Tariq. I love you, dog. My homeboy Stanley, obviously, that's my dog too. Shout out to Will, because he's the one who really made me want to start doing this stuff for real. When he heard my music, he was like, take it seriously. And I did. Will, Cordell, Shay, Money to God, Andre, man. It's a whole list of people, but at the end of the day, shout out to my grandfather too. And at the end of the day, I just want to say I love everybody. And you know who you are. I don't gotta name drop everybody, but you just know, like, if you know, you know. So I feel like I'm forgetting one person. Oh yeah, shout out to Rook. Shout out to Kyle Hippie. Shout out to Gunner. Man, shout out to all those people over there, man. Those people are real people, and we have something in the works real big. Shout out to Duke Deuce. Shout out to Duke Deuce, and that's it. Yeah.
All right. There you have it, man. Till next time.
All right. I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate the opportunity once again, my brother.
Got it.